Greetings, fellow moviegoers, and welcome to Movie Central, the place to talk about movies, TV shows based on movies, toys based on movies, games based on movies, and rides based on movies. I'm your host, Mr. CCS, and this is my pet gorilla, George. Let's continue our journey through Middle-earth. After the success of The Fellowship of the Ring, the back-to-back shot film series was continued in 2002 with new characters and updated VFX. How was this film? It's time to find out. This is The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Taking place immediately after the events of the previous movie, The Fellowship of the Ring is split up. Frodo and Sam, played by Elijah Wood and Sean Astin, are making their way to Mount Doom. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, played by Viggo Mortensen, Orlando Bloom, and John Rhys-Davies, are on their way to Mordor. And Merry and Pippin, played by Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd, are captured by the Uruk-hai. All of a sudden, new characters and events make their way towards the groups. Gandalf, played by Ian McKellen, returns to the ranger, elf, and dwarf, who then go to a village run by a king who lost his son, and later meet the brother of Boromir, played by David Wenham. Merry and Pippin go walking to trees, and of course, Frodo and Sam run into the creature known as Gollum, played by Mr. Motion Capture himself, Andy Serkis. Each of the characters has to face different challenges, including a terrifying army led by Saruman, played by Christopher Lee, and Grima Wormtongue, played by the iconic killer doll Chucky, Brad Dourif. So like the first film, there's a lot of meat to this story, but it still works on a multitude of levels, making this my favorite film of the series. But what else makes this film the best of the series? Well, let's find out. The characters. For the most part, the characters are very similar to who they are in the original ones. But the ones that matter the most are Frodo, Gandalf, and Aragorn. Frodo learns to trust Gollum, Gandalf evolves and learns to lead an army, and Aragorn is struggling with his love life. As for new characters, there's not much to say. But the real star here is Gollum, and holy crap, he looks great! He's also great to be around. And Andy Serkis, like most of his motion capture creatures like King Kong, Caesar, and Baloo, moves smoothly. He's absolutely a great character. Okay, here's my thoughts on the visuals. The Gollum CGI, the trees, and the worlds are still the best thing about these films. For 2002, it looks spectacular. As for the music, Howard Shore hits it out of the park again, and the action is stunning. The Battle of Helm's Deep is still the highlight for me since I saw this film at age 6. So this movie is a great sequel. With an amazing story, amazing characters and visuals, and stunning music and action, which means this movie gets yet another 10 out of 10. A perfect sequel for a perfect trilogy. Well, that's it for this review. Feel free to leave your thoughts on the movie below and tune in next week when I take a look at Ant-Man and the Wasp. With that said, my name is Mr. CCS, this is Movie Central, and that, my friends, is a wrap. See you next week.